Hello students. So finally today may be another day that we will practice some word problems. I will be showing you some procedures that how you have to approach, and with this like the word problems is going to finish, and then we will practice and we will take our online test, and I want to see how many of you are capable of doing it. And if you are having any problem, do ask me. Please approach me, otherwise I will be not knowing what kind of problem you are facing. So basically I will take now remedial classes for algebra before I leave algebra and go to the next topic. So without any delay, let me start. Today we are going to solve some of the questions, and the first one or two will be regarding age problem. So the first question is, Sally is 4 years older than John. 8 years ago, Sally was twice as old as John. What are the ages of Sally and John? Now see, there are two conditions. The first condition is this one, that is Sally is 4 years older than John. This is the first condition. Already in my last video I told you that some components are there in a question. One is reference, one is condition. Now so how to deal with this condition and reference? So here we can see that there are two conditions. One is the first one, and second is Sally was 8 years ago twice as old as John. So how to combine this two condition to create an equation? That we have to think first. So let us take that Sally's age is X. So let us take. Now one thing you remember, that whichever is the small one, it's better to take that X. Now Sally is 4 years older than John, so you can take John's age as X. Now Sally is 4 years older than John, so Sally will be how much? So I am using first condition, 4 years older, so Sally's age will be more, so 4 years more than John. So what I done, first I have taken or imagined the John's age, whichever is the smaller one, that age to be X. So you take the smaller quantity, like you imagine the variable with the smaller quantity, like in this case John is having smaller age, so I am taking X for the John. So Sally's age will be 4 plus 1 X plus 4, sorry. So basically I have used already my first condition, right? So the first condition I have already used. Let me use the second condition right now. So if I use the second condition, 8 years ago Sally was twice as old as John. So 8 years ago I have to calculate both of their years. So 8 years ago John's age X minus 8, because it is 8 years ago, so the John's age will be smaller. Okay, Sally's age will be, what is Sally's age now? X plus 4. So what will be Sally's age before x 8 years, x plus 4 minus 8. So let me simplify this. So if I just simplify this, it will be x minus 4. So it was Sally's age 8 years ago. So what is told now? So 8 years ago, Sally was twice as old as John. So whatever was John's age 8 years ago, Sally was twice of that. So what is John's age? This much. So if I multiply 2 with John's age, that will be Sally's age 8 years ago. So already I know what is Sally's age 8 years ago, and also I know what is John's age 8 years ago. So that means twice of John's age 8 years ago is equal to Sally's age 8 years ago. So now I am using my second condition, right? And I got one equation, and now I have to just solve it. So what is your exact motto? Your exact motto is to create one equation by using two conditions or a condition and a reference. So in this case you can see that we don't have reference, like any kind of reference parameter, like the value or something. In this case we have two conditions. So first condition and second condition I used, and I got one equation. Now we have to just solve the equation. Now you know that nothing is there 2 in the bracket, that means multiplication. So this will be like this, and now I have to bring the x this side, so x will be negative, and I have to bring this 16 that side, so 16 will be positive. 2x minus x, so 1x is left, 16 minus 4 is 12. So what I already considered as age x, John's age. So John's age, that is x, that I got 12. So what is Sally's age? John's, like presently, that is John's age plus 4, that is 12 plus 4, that is how much? That is 16. So x is 12, that is John's age, and Sally's age is 16. Okay, so this is basically the thing you have to go. Now let's move to the next question. So this is also age, regarding age, but this is a little bit of easier. In 4 years, Ali will be 3 times old as he is today. How old is Ali today? So it's basically very simple. See, in 4 years, Ali will be thrice times as old as he is today. So basically there are two conditions but hidden. What? In 4 years, that is one, and Ali will be 3 times as old as he is today. So let's say Ali's age is x years old. So after 4 years, Ali's age will be x plus 4, right? So basically I should write nicely, after 4 years, Ali's age is x plus 4, right? Okay, that time Ali will be thrice, in 4 years Ali will be 3 times as old as he is today. So he is today x, and he will be thrice of present age, that means x. He will be thrice of x when he will be 4 years old. more 4 years old, so that is x plus 4. So you can see that actually there are two conditions but hidden. Okay, so that means my 3x and this one is the equation, and then I have to just solve it. So if you just move the x this side, 4, so 3x minus x, that is 2x, is equal to 4. X is 4 by 2, so x equal to 2. So his present age is 2. So after 4 years his age will be 6, and you can see that if you multiply 3 with 2 it will be 6. That means after 4 years he will be thrice of his present age, and this was the condition, right? Okay, so this kind of math you have to start by imaging the what you say, what you have to find out. You have to first imagine that one. Okay, make an image of that thing in your mind, that let's say x is this, okay, or y is this, whatever is preferable to you. Moving to the next one, this is little bit of tricky, but it's not tricky at all. It's look tricky. Floyd is an aspiring music artist. He has a record contract that pays him a base rate of $200 a month. So he is working in a institute where he will get $200 per month as a contract. So if he made something, then also he will get. If he doesn't do anything, then also he will get. And an additional $12 for each album that he sells. So how many album he will sell, that will decide what will be the total income. Now for one album, if he sells one album, he will get additional 12 rupees plus $200 automatically he will get every time. Last month he earned a total of $644. So find the number of albums Floyd sold last month. See, this is very typical question. In this question, the first thing is there. What you have to find out, you can see. You have to find out the number of albums. So obviously we have to consider, let the number of albums be x, right? So the first step is this. Let the number of album is x. Next thing, you can clearly see the reference value, that is 644, and what is that? Last month he earned. So we have to create one equation that will show us what is the last month earning by using variables, and then we will make it equal to this. So see how he earns $200 he will get anyway, an additional $12 for each album, but we have already considered that he has sold x albums. So that means for one album he is earning $12. So for x album he is earning $12x, right? And he will automatically get $200 additionally every month. So total monthly income will be how much? Will be 12x plus $200, right? But already it is told in reference value that 644. So this should be equal to 644. So this is the way we have to create the equation. So you can do this thing very easily. 12x equal to 200 will go that side, so 644 minus 200, so 12x equal to 444, so x will be 444 by 12. So we have to calculate it with the 3111 and it will be 3. I have divided with 4, okay, and this thing with 3, if it goes, it will be 3 and 7, 37. So x will be 37. That means he has sold 37 albums. So this is where you have to go first. Look at the thing what you have to find out, take that as x, look at the condition and if any reference thing is given or not. If reference is given, half of the work is done already, because whatever reference is given, you have to find out that expression using variables and condition. Okay, so basically we can do it very easily. For this kind of math, it's very easy. And then just solve the equation, make it equal to the reference value and just solve the equation. Coming to our next problem, you collect balls. Since his father makes balls, Steven decides to double your balls. Paul gives you another 5 balls. At the end, you have 31. How many balls did you start with? Again, very easy, because see, first identify the things. How many balls did you start with? So I have to consider these as x. So let us imagine I have started with x balls, right? Acha. Next process is what? Next thing is what? Reference value. It is already given 31. So already my right hand side I can easily write 31, right? Okay, so in my right hand side I will write something is equal to 31. Now at the end you have, so I have to find out using the condition and whatever like information with the variables. I have to write one expression that tells me about how much I will have at end. So I started with x. Since Steven's father makes balls, so Steven gives me double of my ball, so I have now 2x after Steven has doubled my one. Paul gives me another 5 balls, so more 5 ball will add with that, and then finally I will have 31 ball. See how slowly I have gone. First I have started with the variables. What I have to take the variables, so whatever will be in the question, most of the time you have to take that as variables. Then see, look where the reference value is given. So 31 is my reference value, so I have written 31 in my right hand side, and then I have seen what is the reference value, that is how much I will have at last. So I have to find that expression using my variables. So this 2x plus 1 also tells me how much I will have at last if I start with x balls, and then it's very easy to solve. So this kind of procedure you must follow. Okay, so just solve it, that 2x plus 5 equal to 31. It's very easy to solve. 2x, 5 will go that side and become negative, as when this was positive, so when it will go in that side it will become negative 5. So 2x is my 26, x will be 26 by 2, because it was multiplied, 2 was multiplied in with x, but when 2 will go in that side it will become division. So x will be 13. So I have started with 13 balls. So it's that simple. Okay. Okay. The next one is also interesting. Let's see what we have. So here also the typical same thing. How many sand dollars did you start with? So let's say I have start with a sand dollar. Okay, so I am writing. So I have started with a dollar. Now see, what is the second part you have to do? Again I am making you remember, that is, you have to find out the reference is given or not. So in this case also reference is given. At the end you have 28. So 28 is my reference value, and that will be in my right hand side. At the end I have, so now I have to find out one expression that will tell me how much I will have at last with the help of my this variable a. Instead of x I have taken a here. So you can take any like alphabet you want. So Tiffany gives me another 21 cent dollar. So what I had a, another 21 Tiffany has given me, right? Okay. Jennifer gives you another 8 cent dollar. So Jennifer again gave me $8. Okay. Since you are nice, since I am a nice boy, so I have given Pearl 19 cent dollars. So now whatever I had, from that 19 I have given to Pearl. At the end I have, so this is the expression at the end I am having, right? And that is equal to 28, which is given in question only. So now just we have to find out the solution. So see, 21 and 8, you can go slowly, no problem. 21 and 8, that is 29, minus 19 equal to 28. So a, see, 29 minus 19, that is 10. So plus 10 is equal to 28. So a equal to 28 minus 10. So a equal to 80. That means finally I started with 18 cent dollar, and then my friend has given me, and I have also shared some of it with my another friend. So this kind of math, you can now see that they are almost similar. There we can realize some similarity, right? Okay. And so this, I think, if I give you this kind of math, now you can do. Let us start with something interesting. And I know that you all love shopping. So regarding that, you have seen many of the places, shops gives generally a discount, but you cannot calculate sometime the discounted price and all those things, and you cannot understand also if they are fooling you or not. So what you have to understand, you have to understand the profits and the loss you are going to have. So in this question, it is told that Barbara went to a store and bought a shirt for $88. So the final one, she has gotten $88. It had been discounted by 20%. What was the original price of shirt? Now this is little bit tricky for you, in sense that you have to identify the components. See, what is the original price of the shirt? So it is very clear what you have to consider. So let P be the initial price. So P was the price as starting point. Now most of you will say that, sir, discounted by 20% is the reference value. But see, there is something. If you there are two things given. One is bought the shirt for this dollar, it has been discounted by 20. There are two things. So if you take these as the 20% as reference, then this will become your, this $88, that is the final price, will become your condition. And if you take this as your reference point, so this will become your condition, this 20%. So now you have to choose which is better for you. Okay, both way you can do, but if in this case, if we do by considering, if we do by considering this 20% as reference, we are going to have some trouble. Okay, because the making the equation will be very difficult for you. Okay, but if we take this $88, that is our final price, as reference point, then it will be very much easier for us to calculate. Now 88 I am taking personally as reference value. So we know that reference value I write always in the right hand side. Now what is the reference value? Reference value is the final price of the shirt. So I have to find one expression for final value of the shirt if the shirt has been discounted by 20%. So this is my condition right now, that 20% is the discount. This is the condition. So what is the discounted price? Let's say P is the initial price. So what is the discount price? Discount price is P into 20%. That means 20% of P, right? So better I write in that language so that you can understand nicely that 20% of P is the discount price, not discounted final price. Okay, so that means 20 by 100 into P. So you can cut zeros, you can cut, and this will become 5, 1 by 5, that is P by 5. So in class 5 already you have learned this, so I am skipping this part. So by simplification you can find it, that is P by 5 rupees is discounted from the main price. So what is the final price? So P was initial price and P by 5 amount is discounted from this initial price. So how much is left? P minus P by 5. This is the final price I have to pay. That means, let's say I'm telling you, like, some things cost is 100 rupees, like the selling price is 100 rupees, and I am giving you 20% offer. That means out of 100 rupees, 20% you don't have to pay. That is basically discount. So how much you have to pay? 100 minus 20. So that means 80 rupees you have to pay. And the same thing we are doing here. Okay. So now we have to just solve this. So that is equal to 88, because that is already told, the shirt is $88. So now we can just simplify it. So this is basically, you know, this part simplification is like fraction subtraction. So 5 is the LCM that we have to write down. We have to multiply 5 upside because there is nothing with this P, only 1 is there in denominator. So this will be 5P and minus, see, this is only 5 is already there, so we don't have to multiply anything with this P. So it will be P, this is 88. 5P minus P is 4P by 5 equal to 88. Or I am doing here so that you can understand. Now 5 will go that side, so 5 will become like 5 will go in numerator and 4 will go that side, that means 4 will become denominator. You remember I have already I told you that whenever something like x by 2 is there, whenever this 2 is going this side, okay, let's say this is equal to 10, so whenever x going this side, so 2 will be multiplying up, that is 2 into 10. Also, if something is multiplied and then it is going that side, so it will be in denominator, that is this will become division now. So in this case the mixture is there. Okay, so 5 will go up and 4 will go down, so P will become 88 into 5 by 4. So this is done, so 22 and 22 and this will be 110. Okay, so basically this is what we have considered, the initial price. So that means initial price was 110 rupees and then 20% was the discount and finally I got it in 88 rupees. Okay, so this maths are very important in your life because let's say you are not doing it for study, but in your real life when you go to buy something you will be having problem if you don't know this kind of mathematics, right? So we have to practice with this kind of mathematics. So finally again what I told in my last video, I am just want to be sure that you don't do mistakes while doing the word problems. Basically it will, most of the problems that you will do will be like easier like this only, not that much complicated. So what you have to do, you have to see that what you have to find out, you have to take that thing as x that we have done in these cases. Okay, and we have to consider that as x. Then we have to see whether we have any reference value or not, so that reference value will be in the right hand side automatically. And we have to see the reference value is about what, like what is that reference value. So we have to find that thing using like that expression for that thing using variables and the condition given above. So then you can just solve the equation and your problem is done. So it's that easy. Okay, it's not hard at all. Practice will make you what you say like master in this case. And somewhere we have seen also that reference value is not given, so in those cases only two conditions will be given. And see in this case you can see one thing very clearly. I'm just noting it, this thing, so that you can understand. See where your this reference value will be given, the equation will have a number, a constant in the right hand side. And when you will not be having a reference value, rather you will be having two conditions, you will have variables expression in both of the sides. Understood? So these two kind of categories you can see. Fine. So I'm giving some of maths for you to practice. Please do those maths, and later on I will again give what I have given. Sorry, but some of you have to do it again, but many of you needs practice for the expression. Okay, so who knows how to do it, it's good for them only because your practice is going on. And those who are having problem, obviously it's good for them. So that paper and 5-6 math I have given, please try to do. Okay, so for today, bye bye.